What's up, everybody? So in today's video, I'm going to talk about process versus goals. What's more important to you? Is it the goals or is it loving your process? Well, let's get into it. So today was a great day. I just got back from the gym and I hit a PR on squat, a personal record for 405 for 4 reps, which is awesome. I'm not going to get into the details of what my personal records are or anything like that, but it brings up a great point. The point is that I didn't even realize it happened until it happened. I didn't realize I hit my personal record or realize that I could even get one by doing 405 for 4 reps. I had no idea today that I was going to hit a personal record, or nor was I thinking about hitting a personal record. I thought about going to the gym, needing to go to the gym today because I couldn't miss and I needed to stick to my process and stick to my plan that I've been implementing forever. So what's the point that I'm making here? My stance is that the process is way more important and will always be way more important than any goals that you will set. Now, I'm not crushing goals. I'm not saying goals are unimportant. It's very important to have goals. But when it comes down to one versus the other, you need to have a process, because this is why. What happens is you set your goals, you hit the goals, and then you don't hit goals for a very long time. Goals don't come all the time. Records in the gym especially don't happen all the time. It's going to take months, sometimes it will take years to hit records for yourself and break personal plateaus. That's going to happen, especially the longer you get into something. Think about fitness, think about business, think about finances. It takes a lot of time to develop a record or to break a goal. You need to have patience. You need to ask yourself, are you willing to have that type of patience to embark on that type of journey? It takes a lot of patience, guys. What about the flip side? What about the actual process? The waking up, the hydration, the nutrition, the sacrifice that you make of not going out at night, the stretching, the yoga, the lifting, the rest days, the mental stress release that you have to have, the happiness that you have to have. There's so many things, so many technical things and details that you can implement to make this process even better. You have to do things that are tried and true to you. This is what I mean. This week, I did yoga early in the week, and I knew that I needed to implement more yoga. Matter of fact, whenever I do yoga, whenever I get done, I'm always like, damn, I need to do a lot more of this, because I'm stiff, my hips, they're tight, and everything is just wound up, and I think it's because we sit a lot, we're human beings, so we sit in chairs, we work in chairs, and we sit down. So our outer hips get really tight. On Friday and Saturday, I did 30 minutes of restorative yoga. Nice and slow, nothing too aggressive, nothing too crazy, but I did 30 minutes of restorative yoga in the afternoon. And then Sunday, which is today, I went for squats. I hit my personal best today and my hips felt great. When I got under my warm-up weight, when I got under my first and second set, everything felt really strong and really powerful. So, what does this have to do? I did yoga this week. I made that modification in my plan. Do you think I'm going to do yoga next week and the weeks after? Absolutely. This has now become part of my plan and part of my process. It's tried and true. It's proven. This is why, guys, it's way more important to love your process than love your goals. Goals are few and far between. Records are broken very rarely. It doesn't happen all the time. So that's why if you love your process, then you'll love the day in and day out hustle, the day in and day out grind. You won't miss days. You'll enjoy failing. Just because you fail doesn't mean you lose. Just because you succeed doesn't mean you win, but the process will always be there, and that's what you need to stick on, that consistency. This is what I talk about a lot in my videos, but for you guys, this is so important for everyone, not just you guys, but for everyone. It may not be the answer that you want to hear. It may not be the answer that's the golden ticket, but it is a great answer. And if you do anything, if you want to make any changes, before you take supplements, before you take pre-workout and protein powder, think about your process. Ask yourself questions. How's your technique? Are you treating this like a craft, like a work of art? Is weightlifting something that you put in your time and effort into? Are you dialed in down to the very details of your plan? Are you precisely planning your week every single week and your month every single month? fall in love with your process, and the goals, they're just going to happen. The records, they're just going to be broken. It's just going to happen. And then when you get done, you're going to be like, oh, I didn't even realize it. It's so silly. But when we break records at work, when we have our best days at work or our best performance in life, we do it without even thinking about it. It just comes naturally. And this is all because we're driven. We're driven by our process. We're down into the structure and the details of our plan. And the more you can modify that plan, the better your plan is, the more often you'll break these records. So I hope this one helps, guys. Make sure, as always, to click that subscribe button right there and check me out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and the Spotify and iTunes podcast. Peace, guys. See you in the next one.